Hey guys, welcome back. We're gonna be playing some more swansong. I feel like we're close to being done, don't you? I feel. It's supposed to be a long game, but I feel like we've gone through a lot. I still need to read all the things. God, I'm never gonna get this game done. I'm having a lot of fun, but I still feel weird because I'm so behind. How are you doing today? I have a headache. It just happened. I'm mad about it. Oh, this her story happened now. Oh, right. What did they do to her poor lady? She's like in different clothes and everything. What if this is the end? I'm embarrassing.
I'm guessing you tipped Pizori off to the traitor?
Yes.
Any news?
Nothing since Richard's report. My
Oh, no
city
way.
is in danger. Everything I've built, all the dreams I've invested, that Judas is a threat to everything.
Not for long. You'll bounce back.
Yes. Congratulations on your negotiations with the Chantry. Our agreement with Hartford is crucial.
I'm here to serve her. What? Yeah.
Your wish is my command.
I always knew I could count on you.
Aw.
You're a true ally, a loyal one.
Wholesome.
A future asset in my primogen. But one thing at a time. Before we get there, I have another favor to ask of you.
What a surprise.
What
About
a
what
surprise.
I told you earlier concerning Delson and Long Island. I've got a plan.
Oh.
I know that look. Hazel.
This is the best moment to strike.
That sounds like the definition of rushing into things.
Yes, but we have no choice. Delson?
We need to blind them, from the inside. They know too much about it. We have to change that. For that, we need someone to hit them with a surprise attack from within their compound.
Uh-oh.
I wish that person luck.
It's you.
That's way out of my league.
Hazel's not asking for your opinion. You proved you were reliable with Hartford.
Uh-oh.
We need your skill sets for such a risky and vital task.
That's precisely what's got me on edge.
It's your chance to prove to the court once and for all that you deserve a place on the council, MM. After this, you'll be untouchable.
I sure hope so. All right. How do I
So
get
wait,
on
is it
this
gonna be all three of
island?
us, or do we get to pick
By
one?
boat?
I doubt it. Coastline's under surveillance.
So I swim across. All right. What then?
Kaya's wrote a program that can help us. If you can upload it into their system, it'll corrupt all the data they've got in their database. Their systems, the archives, it'll all be lost.
Allowing us to cover our tracks.
Ooh, nice.
It's our best shot at making it through this. You'll just have to insert it into a computer that's on their network. That's absolutely essential. Any questions?
Yeah.
Your plan sounds pretty old school. There's no way to do that remotely?
We've tried, but Leto's agents weren't able to breach their security. Their network's too highly protected. That's why we need you.
I see.
Uh,
Am I allowed to take a partner? I'd feel a lot better about this if I had someone covering my back.
I understand, but that's not
but
possible.
they're
We're
centering
already
what?
taking a risk by sending a person in to infiltrate their hideout.
Got it. So, let me get this
Dang.
straight. You want me to infiltrate the enemy base alone? The same enemies who just slaughtered half the camp.
Quit whining. You can have help.
Oh, really?
Your task will not be easy. You'll need a diversion while you sabotage their system. A raid near their base, for example.
Ouch.
That could work. Who will you send?
I refuse to sacrifice any more of our people. So we might as well send in the riffraff.
What's the
The
riffraff?
anarchs.
Oh.
To do the job.
That sucks.
Come again?
You heard me. I want you to go see them and convince them to go with you to Long Island.
You're trying to thin their herd.
I'm balancing the scales, that's all.
They can't stand us. They'll never agree to fight for us. Let alone on their own without us.
They don't have to know they'll be alone.
Oh
Lead
no.
them to believe our forces will join up with them. The SI is a threat to the entire city. They're just as concerned as we are.
What's next?
Right then.
I don't want
Let's
to cause more
say
problems.
I agree.
You don't have a choice, but I'll humor you.
How am I supposed to go about it? I can't just go chasing down every Anarch I know to ask for their help.
There's only one Anarch that counts. Their Baron.
Randall Thane?
That's right. He's in charge of the various Anarch gangs in the region. I don't know where he is right now. You'll need to use your network.
I've got an idea of who I can ask. What can I use as leverage if they try to negotiate?
Money, favors. Offer them whatever seems useful.
All right.
One more thing. Don't tell anyone about your task, not even your sire.
Oh.
I don't want the council poking their noses into this.
That's fair.
That will be all. I'm counting on you, Emma.
Very fair.
Be careful, and good luck.
I'm gonna need it.
There you are. I'm sorry I wasn't here to meet you when you got back. I was busy.
No worries.
I heard your little adventure with our guests was quite the success. Congratulations.
Thanks.
I was just about to go grab a bite. Join me?
Is that a question or an order?
Let's say it's a strong recommendation. One you can't really refuse.
That's what it sounded like. Please, lead the way.
Very well.
A lot of energy right now.
Is there something in particular you wanted to talk to me about?
Can't I simply offer you a drink without you reading something into it?
No.
All right, fine. Your new mission has been giving me pause to think.
I'm sorry, but I can't talk about it. Hazel made that exceedingly clear. If she
Those
thinks
chairs
things are
look
better
very
like
uncomfortable.
that, I believe her.
For God's sake, Amem, I'm your sire. You should trust me, not that snake in the grass.
Personally, I've never had anything bad to say about Hazel.
Unlike me. Is that it? You'd be singing a different tune if you knew what I know.
If I knew what?
Nothing. You wouldn't believe me anyways.
That.
Oh, come on. Don't be like that. I'm sorry. You're right. You're my sire. I should believe you. And I do. We good? Would you tell me what you know? Please.
Seriously, you don't think you're laying it on a little too thick?
Not at all.
You can be such a pain sometimes. Hazel's a smart woman. She knows what she needs to do to get what she wants. And she wants you.
That's going too far.
You think it's an honor, but you should really be worried. Hazel never does anything she's not sure she'll benefit from, which means she's got ways to make you bend to her will. She's careful to hide her secrets from you, safe behind her herald. Tonight could be your last chance to discover
Take the elevator to go to
Very
the prince's
well.
office.
Let's move on.
Gotta explore, baby. Oof. Wait. Tap? Right, yeah. Can we level up anything? Did I already level it up? I guess I can't. Dang it. That one.
I wanted to ask you about something a little weird, if you've got a couple minutes.
I'm all ears. Is something wrong?
When I went to see the Tremere, I fell into a kind of memory trap.
What?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Long story short, I lost some memories. Well, memory fragments. I think I recovered some of them, but I'm not sure. I saw our breakup again.
Oh, wonderful.
It was like I was reliving the whole thing, but from the outside looking in.
Did you see anything else?
We'll just tell her all of it.
I saw the night I was attacked. The blood bond. I heard their voices again. Their laughter.
Ma'am.
I'm fine. I know at least one of them paid for what they did to me.
Yeah.
Oopsie.
I saw my embrace.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was weird. We were so happy back then. I was,
Poor baby.
at least.
So was I.
Yeah. I saw my trial for destroying pro bono. You warned me about King, but I wouldn't listen. And you paid the price for my mistake.
I know. It's all right, ma'am. It's all in the past.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. You still have that goddamn mark on your neck. I'm so sorry. I never meant for you to pay for my mistakes. You didn't deserve that.
Thank you. It means a lot to me. But you're not the one who branded me. King did that.
He did. We watched it.
Oh, what I wouldn't give to have him here right now so I can make him pay.
That's why she got the brand.
But don't worry about it. Someone will eventually pay him in kind.
I hope so. Remember the night we learned about France's surrender in 1940?
Vaguely. Why?
I heard his speech on the radio. We were in Bordeaux.
Wow. You sure have a knack for remembering the happier memories.
I didn't get to decide. They were there. That's all.
That's it.
That's all.
I'm sorry you had to go through that again. I can't imagine how traumatizing it must have been.
Where'd the mouse go?
It's never good to go staring at the past.
Yeah, no kidding.
Thanks for sharing with me.
The reports from Richard and Leisha are truly frightening. I never thought I'd see a day like this.
Predators never see themselves as prey. We're going to have to be extremely cautious if we want to survive.
Do you have any plans?
No, I'm waiting for Hazel's orders. We're dependent on her now more than ever.
Can't win any of them, so might as well leave.
I gotta go.
Boo.
I've got stuff to do.
Just a sec. I know Hazel told you not to talk about it. But please, at least tell me where you're headed.
It's so she can come save us if we need her to. Defend? Don't defend yourself. We can't. We're not strong enough.
Unbelievable.
The air is thick in here. You can understand my concern, can't you?
I'm going to see the Anarchs.
What?
It's a long story. I'll explain when I get back. I've really gotta go.
All right. Be careful, ma'am.
Okay. Took me long enough. Let's see. Traits. This one? Even undead, kindred sometimes need to share the memories that haunt them as a means of healing. MM will be able to share more easily with her fellow kindred. Ooh. That's not bad. Okay, Boston? Okay, let's see. There's some new ones. We can read a couple today. Beryl Underwood. Born with a silver spoon in his mouth, Beryl Underwood was born in Boston in 1807. His father was the head of the Sugar Trust, a business that held a monopoly in the refined sugar trade. That same year, an embargo was levied against the U.S. in retaliation for the violation of neutrality in the Napoleonic Wars. American ships were seized and banned from trading in Europe. New England had no choice but to organize. James, Beryl's father, met a sailor by the name of Caleb Barzori, who offered to smuggle his sugar into Europe despite the ban. The two formed a bond of friendship and mutual respect, and Caleb watched the young Beryl grow over the course of his travels. Upon the death of his father in 1833, Beryl found himself alone in the head of an agri-food empire at the age of 26. Considering Caleb to be his spiritual father, he asked him to stay by his side. Caleb accepted and settled down in order to actively participate in the financial expansion of Beryl's business, providing him with sound advice. The young businessman inevitably became curious about his mentor's life and seemingly eternal youth. Caleb agreed to tell Beryl the truth about his nature, after which Beryl would continually beg to receive his embrace. In 1869, Caleb consented. Beryl possessed the same qualities as his father, and Caleb grew fond of him. However, his new nature suddenly robbed him of any sense of limits. Beryl was ambitious, too ambitious. He managed to place a ghoul, William Haymeyer, as the mayor of the New York City. Through his family, he created branches through Europe, which placed over half the world's sugar industry in his control in only 2 years. Beryl then became involved in banking and investment sectors. Caleb would drift further and further away from his child. Underwood seemed to integrate himself everywhere, deep within governments, on the board of conglomerates. Nothing could stop him. Nothing satisfied him. Beryl was infuriated by his sire's lack of recognition. To keep hold of the secrecy surrounding his hegemony, Beryl ordered the assassination of Hazel Iverson's father, thus cutting short a burgeoning rivalry. A lot of big words, sorry. What he did not know at the time was that he would eventually support Hazel Iverson's rise to the Prince of the Boston soon after the disappearance of Quentin King. Although Caleb was his first choice, Caleb's refusal forced Beryl to revise his plan, so he opted for a young woman who was both ambitious and easily manipulated. Oh, interesting to know. Unfortunately, the puppet turned against the puppet master, and Hazel proved to be more difficult to control than expected. Worse, she earned Caleb's unconditional loyalty. Caleb's desire to sire another child was so intolerable for Underwood that he advised Iverson to refuse him the right. Halsey, vampire child. Halsey is Laisha's daughter. Her Machiavellian nature has kept her mind of that a little girl. For Halsey, everything must be a game, hide and seek, a story, but above all, everything must be done with her mother, from whom she does not like to be separated. Prodigy of France. Hazel was born in 1901 to Scandinavian parents. Scandinavian? Her father relocated his maritime freight business to take advantage of the United States' advantageous taxation system. His business prospered considerably there, and in just 15 years he had built his fortune. His daughter undertook her brilliant studies in business and economics at Harvard in 1920, despite the limited education opportunities for women there. Hazel convinced her father to move into the world of banking. She quickly showed a certain astuteness in the subject. She invested in risky but highly profitable markets with an instinct far beyond her age. She naturally grew the attention of investors and rival banks who went so far as to assassinate her father in order to undermine her. The police and the justice system proved to be complicit in declaring his death a simple accident. Hazel found herself alone in charge of the Iverson Empire at just 38 years old with no allies to speak of. The isolation pushed her to accept a meeting with a group of wealthy Boston financiers in order to ease the tensions and competition. In actuality, Nathan Appleton, a deceased textile mogul, has set a trap. Against her will, he brought her back to unlife on her knees, sparing her no humiliation. Appleton embraced her out of pride, not to be outdone by a woman of his own turf. Immediately, he neglected her and abandoned her to her own unlife. Hazel discovered on her own that she was undead. To protect them from the monster she had become, she had distanced herself from those she loved, her mother, her family. She even considered ending her unlife, but surrender was not part of her vocabulary. In time, thanks to her determination and her sound investment advice, she eventually gained the acceptance of the court. Hazel planned her revenge and methodically gathered information about her sire for years. In the end, she proved to the prince that Appleton was double-dealing with the British. Quentin King had no choice but to launch a blood hunt on the traitor so as not to be accused of being spineless and collaborating with the invaders. Hazel had planned for everything. Her ghouls were already holding Nathan Appleton captive in his residence. She did justice for herself by making his head fall onto the rug, in the exact same spot where he had made her bend the knee. She spared the unlife of his bodyguard, Delson, who since that day became her shadow as a token of gratitude. She has since earned the distant respect of many. Her relationship with Quentin King grew strained over the years. The prince's submission to the British colonists, combined with his outburst of madness, prompted Iverson to conspire with a group of dissenting licks, the Kindred of Liberty. This secret organization worked in the shadows to bring about the downfall of King and his associates. Hazel provided them with financial backing, all while maintaining her cover as a loyal subject of the prince. Her dealings with the KOL also led her to work with other resistance groups, the Gemini League, which she helped to establish in Boston. When the elders began to give in to the beckoning, there was a major shakeup amongst the powerful and ambitious kindred still left in Boston. Hazel aspired to carve out a place for herself, but she did not expect that. In 2014, the remaining members of the Primogen would offer her their support to allow her to claim the position a Quentin King had left vacant at the head of the domain. Though she seized the opportunity without hesitation, she remained suspicious of those who had relinquished the power to her. Why would they not keep it for themselves? She therefore invited kindred whose loyalty she was sure of on the council, in order to dilute the influence of Beryl Underwood, Richard Dunham, and Hilda McAndrews and Jara Dory. These are all people she's looked up. Like, if you watch the other videos of mine, like, she's looking into them. She doesn't trust them, obviously. Once in power, Hazel endeavored to restore the weakened domain. Learning of Dr. Dunham's research on Vital, she saw at last an opportunity to bring Boston back to its former influence and glory. If she could find a way to store the enhanced blood, Boston would be able to become the center of a thriving blood market. She drew upon Dejan Sika's, oh my goodness, thaumaturgical knowledge, but the research necessary to develop such large-scale production led her to ally herself with the Hartford Chantry, with which Boston had long fought against the British occupation. This alliance would take time and would create fear and jealousy. Thanks to a premonition from Malaysia, Hazel avoided an assassination attempt as well as all manner of political unrest. The further she advanced in her discussions with the Chantry, the more the feelings that someone was trying to bring her down intensified. Someone wanted to see her fail. She was certain of it, but it could have been anyone, even one of her closest supporters. Laisha's visions offered her a way to find out and a means to defend herself and find new support as she played on the conflicts between those who could threaten her crown. In spite of everything, the negotiations came up to a close. A party was to be held tonight in celebration of the unification of Boston and the Hartford Chantry, the consensuation of Hazel Iverson's power. We'll come back. There's so much to read. I'm going to have to just do an episode. I know I am. And I'm bummed about it. Whole episode of reading. Let's go. I don't need no blood. I'm just being nosy at this point. So I'm supposed to look through things before I leave.
Yes, Miss Bosley.
You're a good kid, Lazarus. The pile's not getting any smaller. Now! Shake a leg!
I can go through her room now. Let's do it.
I'd better hurry.
For once, I just want to say just how much progress Journey has made in organizing the opening night of the Red Salon. I stopped by for a surprise visit last night to check the quality of the services, and you did not disappoint. From Hazelblatt's organization. Okay, no, that matters. Back. Pretty sure I read it anyways. I better hurry, she said. Better hurry to what? Where are we going? The Prince's apartments? Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're being nosy.
Route to the Prince's apartments. April plays the guard dog. The Swan's Nest. I hope it's worth it.
Reveal. Reveal your secrets. Oh, it's my cat. Inspect.
Didn't know Hazel was into music.
B, F, D, A, C.
I understand better now why Dijon never mentioned his sire.
My prince.
Always one step ahead.
My trip to New Orleans was not for nothing. I was able to learn a lot about Dejin Sika's past. He is the child of one of Marie de Richat. If her name isn't familiar, that's to be expected. She's rather ordinary, but interesting enough, she has ties to the Hartford Chantry. Indeed, not long after her unauthorized embrace, she was sentenced to final death by the Hartford Tremere. Her escape led her to Louisiana, where she met Sika. She embraced him in a voodoo ritual that I didn't understand much about, but it seems that it left to a deep impression on Mr. Sika, who has been influenced by magic throughout his existence. It appears that he has come to New England to settle a score with Hartford. I think we could use this to our own advantage, given the arrangements we envisioned. For example, we could make him a part of the Boston court. It shouldn't be too hard to make him your puppet, especially if we promise to solve his problems. He could then be put in contact with a chantry, perhaps a sleeper agent, or he could take on responsibilities while remaining our puppet. However, if Deneb Osborne were to discover what I have learned, Mr. Saika's existence would undoubtedly be threatened. It's up to you to decide. However, I think this is a golden opportunity that would be a shame to pass up. I plan to stay a few more days to clarify some points. I am sending you this message through a reliable servant. I will then return to the court as soon as possible. JD. I don't know what that was, but it's mine now, bitch. Okay. Vampires use makeup? What? Not just naturally hot all of the time? Okay, but why? That's fine. Wait! I know! It won't let me skip it, I'm sorry.
Hazel's always one step ahead.
Mamas! My cat's yelling at me. She's like, hey, hello. She'll be yelling at the cat that keeps trying to break into my house. My prince, I have passed your request for more information about Mr. Underwood on to Joyce and Moore. I can only congratulate you for taking such an initiative. I have observed a steady increase in Mr. Underwood's contacts with mortals around the globe, particularly in South America and India. He is very secretive, but he hides his financial transactions better than his contacts. He has a need to control everything at all times and uses every channel at his disposal to keep up with the latest news. Like most blue bloods, he is a workaholic who trusts no one but himself. Since he became Caleb's child, the family business he inherited has grown into a vast, sprawling network that controls the sugar industry from production to sales. He has often floated the rules of the masquerade. I suspect he has even gone against many of our principles on several occasions. In any case, without being able to prove it, I wouldn't be surprised. At court, Mr. Underwood is a veritable fox. He knows how to increase his influence, especially in Mr. Bazori has taken a step back. In fact, he is the most prominent member of your clan after yourself, but he also has close ties to the members of your primogen, Hilda in particular, but also a lesser extent Richard. The independence he has cultivated makes him a threat to your interests. It would be very easy for him to bypass your authority if he felt like it. He has many ways of applying pressure. I do not mention here in the business of the other members who are dependent on his goodwill, but I am closing several documents. Cool. I've already read that, sorry. Just gotta double check, you know? That's how it be.
I've always found swans very moving. They're beautiful, but full of melancholy. It's a nice symbol. I get the feeling something's missing.
Wow. Can't believe I used my magic for that. Put stone swan here. Yes, please. Look at me. Badass bitch. Silver key. Must be for that.
I wonder if...
Okay, so it's gonna be B F D E C.
That noise. Something moved.
Oh my goodness. So many things.
Hazel has her eye on my clubs. Ugh, politics. Always politics. What's her game? Is this how she thanks her allies?
Dear Jason, as Prince of Boston, you know I'm always looking for opportunities to expand my domain. A few of my counselors have brought an opportunity to strengthen our hold on Boston's nightlife to my attention. I would like you to evaluate the acquisition of a number of venues. A specific list is attached to this letter. These venues appear to be currently used by M.M. Louise, whom you do not know very well. She's one of our kind, but I ask for your utmost discretion. What a stinky lady.
That explains why Hazel's holding off on Fang's embrace.
My prince.
What
Sorry.
a creep.
I have heard that you fear the departure of my dear sire, Gabriel. Indeed, the progressive departure of the eldest among us is a matter of concern, especially when it involves such a loyal and valuable element as Caleb. Nevertheless, I believe I have a way to keep him at your disposal for a while longer. My sire is rather infatuated with the promising young woman. He wishes to embrace her more than I have ever seen him desire anything. Why, you may ask? Why choose to have another child when you already have a child as accomplished as myself? I wouldn't dare to comment on the subject myself and wouldn't join you in your question. So this Fang, as the object of his desires is named, should be formally presented to you very soon. You know how dear old Bazori stands on tradition. Of course, he will only embrace her when you have given him permission to do so. That's why I suggest you use some obscure excuse, such as the overcrowding of Boston, for example, to stall for time. He will understand. If there is anything Caleb is good at, it is understanding princes even when they make decisions that go against his interests. Ask him for more time, postpone it, or even simply ignore his request, and he will be all the more ready to prove his worth to you, to show you he deserves it. I obviously do not expect any form of compensation for this advice. The mere act of serving my prince in the court of Boston, of performing my duty in short, is payment enough for me. Beryl Underwood. Wait.
Bazori is a loyal dog, and Hazel's got him on a short leash.
During Quentin King's reign, Caleb Bazori was always above reproach, performing every task assigned to him without batting an eye. He is the consummate tool for doing dirty work, and he is cold and efficient. I won't even begin to tell you how many thin-blooded anarchs or dissidents he has faced and defeated. Such overwhelming loyalty to your predecessor would suggest that he is sidelined or even removed. Nevertheless, I urge you not to rush down this path. On the contrary, keeping Caleb as close to you as possible seems to me the wisest thing to do. Indeed, his loyalty was not to Quentin King, but to the role of the prince, and today that is you, Miss Iverson. Caleb could quickly become one of your best assets. I remain at your disposal to provide you with the reports of his various missions, but a reading of everything seems unnecessary as there's too much far of it.
Hazel said there was an accident, but it was actually an execution. If Leisha were to find out...
Dear Miss Iverson, it is with a heavy heart that I confirm that I carried out your orders last night. Halsey is no more, so you must certainly experience less fear of new incidents. I have already made arrangement at the Institute for Leisha because I am certain that she will be shocked and that she will become unwell. While I understand your reasons, with all due respect, I must warn you that Halsey's disappearance will not necessarily result in increased potential for Leisha to have visions. I will tell Leisha there has been an unfortunate accident if required. I will manipulate her memories to avoid the worst. You can count on my discretion, and I will be tomb regarding this matter. Sincerely yours. What the fuck? What a crazy lady. I get it. She's a leader. She wants them in her control. I understand that to a certain degree, but still. What? Weird. I already read this, right?
Hazel had another child before Miley?
Oh.
Shit.
Almost missed this.
I had no idea. Seeing as how it ended, I'm not really surprised.
As per advance information, your child was found in a warehouse on Offern Beach Street. The area was deserted. I entered the premises at approximately 2 a.m. When Carl D. saw me arrive, he seemed to understand what was going on. At first, he tried to negotiate, but when I knocked him down, he quickly got up and tried to escape. It was only after he was thrown against a wall that he really understood that only one of us would ever leave this hangar. His head hit a metal railing many times. He then stopped moving altogether. I went to get gas cans, and I had brought them with me earlier. After spraying gasoline all over the premises, I set it on fire. I stayed there until fire was over. Your child is now ancient history. Jesus Christ. Alright, so I did the thing, but I don't know what changed, really. I read that one, yeah. Interesting. Close. She don't need to know? So I opened the thing, and that happened. Maybe go down here? Maybe? No. Dang. What did I do? What did I do? Dang it. I'm just gonna leave everything like I touched it? Okay. I guess that's what we're supposed to do. What a weird wall. I think that's it then. Let's leave. What did I pick up? The key. I used the key. Talents, traits. MM understands that alliances are too valuable to set aside so easily, so there's a long way to go, but at least dialogue is still possible. MM has encountered others more powerful than her. For now, something to strengthen her mind for future challenges. Oh, nice. Is that it? Is that all I gotta do right now? The codex is busy. Mm-hmm.
I should go. It's gonna be a long night.
I hope I didn't miss anything. Leave. Not yet, wait. Wait!
Not just yet.
1 second. I have to make sure. See, I almost missed that! Club business card. Yeah, I haven't read this. My dear Dejan, you know the high regard I have for your advice and the even higher value I place on our special arrangement. This is why I ask you to carry out the task we discussed yesterday, a task that you were extremely reluctant to undertake. I appreciate your objections, but the Hatford Chantry is our best option right now. When I say right now, it is because I am counting on the situation changing, a change you yourself would be party to. In the interest of my projects, I cannot reveal the details, especially in writing, but keep in mind that know where you are from and what your ancestors went through. Hartford is nothing more than a means, a tool. A tool can be replaced. Help me when the time comes, I will help you. I be missing stuff, you know? I'm just confused why this is like this. Was it like that last time? It's a really cool little desk, though.
I understand better now why Dejan never mentioned his sire. Hazel's always one step ahead.
Oh, they have reflections. I just realized. Because I was like, that's why I was talking about the makeup. I was like, oh, that's weird. I think we're good. I think I'm solid. What I've realized is all of their houses are pretty like impersonal. Like it's like, yes, this is my office and this is my violin, but that is all you'll see. You know, we're gonna leave. God, I hope I got everything.
First, the Anarchs. But I have to find them first.
Ouch. Oh, cool. Success. Get it off your chest. Yes. You decided to investigate the prince. You discovered the prince of Boston's best kept secrets. Bonus celibacy. You should have discovered. You could have discovered that Beryl Underwood and Caleb Gold X-Vane were up to something. You could have discovered still a secret about your sire. Why? I messed up somewhere. Boo. I'm sad now. Dang. So, I would like to end on those parts. I clearly messed up somewhere. Very sorry about that. But I will see you guys again on the next video where we play as Leisha, who we haven't gotten to play as in a while, and I really enjoy her. She is so much fun. Anyways, I love you guys. I will talk to you later. Don't forget to subscribe, like, tell me something like your favorite color. Who knows? And I will see you tomorrow with another video. Bye-bye.